call a meeting of the Bay County Board of Commissioners to order Tuesday, May 21st, 2024 in the Commission chambers. Roll call, please.
Nemec.
Present.
Benajak.
Present.
Millet.
Here.
Herrick. Radke.
Here.
Hoyer.
Present.
Begay.
I
Here.
move to excuse Tom. Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Let's rise for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Lord, we come before you this afternoon asking once again that you bless this session of the County Commission. Be with this board this day and guide them so that the decisions made today and always will benefit every citizen of this community. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So we have the minutes from 4/16/24.
Motion approved.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda approval. Do you have any changes to the agenda?
Mr. Chair, I would like to withdraw Resolution 2024-77. Mr. Authorized Personal Director to approve hire 2-year for remainder of 2024.
Any support for that?
I support it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we need approval of the whole agenda.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Citizen input. Anybody from the audience that'd like to address the chamber, the commissioners? Anybody from the audience? Last chance? We do. Thank you. State your name.
Megan Saman.
Okay.
Nice to see you. I know we have a presentation coming up later to talk about Hay Bay City, but I did want to let you know in July, the Chamber of Commerce is hosting our State of the State Legislative Luncheon, where we're going to be hearing updates from our state representatives and state senator, and we certainly would welcome you all to come. The information is on our website, but I just wanted to share that with you because we know how important it is at the local, state, and federal level to be able to connect our community with our legislators, and we want to make sure that you all know about it and are invited to attend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more comments? Mrs. Minor.
I'm Mrs. James Miter, Sandra, and I'm Jan's mother. And don't tell Jan I'm here, because she'll know I've been. I had a little talk with Jim this afternoon. I have been dirty fingernails here because I just was over at the museum and I was planning the urn, and I have understood several different things from Jim. The ground over there is, the front is really needs some attention. And so at least the about 2 or 3 feet thistles need to go. And so I was filling the urns, but I think Jim and I have agreed that that I think what I think needs to happen, since the staff is so limited over there, that there needs to be a group, and I will address their board to the fact that it needs to be a little community effort. Because evidently some people are coming in and doing things and some people aren't. And some people, it's really a mess. And I mean, and so I know there are a lot of people that would help. I am with the Sadie Tepner Garden Club, and you know, we've done the urns for years and years and years. But I think Jim and I have agreed that there needs to be more of a cohesive agreement with some of the board members that maybe we could do something better with volunteers. And Jim said he would help me.
Yep.
So thank you. I'm happy to take any questions. So it's just one of the things I volunteer for. Anyway,
Jim's busy.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm glad to meet you all,
Yep.
and I'm glad that, I was wondering if you were going to show up.
I don't know why you would think that.
Yeah, just don't tell Jen.
Okay.
All right, any other citizen input? Last call. Closed for now. We have a presentation from Bay Metro Transit. Oh, it's the resolution. So we'll have, now we need a motion, first of all, to pass this.
Move to adopt and receive.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Have the clerk read it.
Resolution by the Bay County Board of Commissioners on May 21st, 2024. Whereas the Bay County Board of Commissioners and Bay County Executive are pleased to recognize the Bay Metropolitan Transportation Authority on its 50th anniversary serving Bay County and its residents, and whereas in 1973, the Bay County Board of Commissioners organized the Bay County Metropolitan Transportation Authority, BCMTA, as a regional transportation authority under Michigan Public Act 204 of 1967, and whereas in 1992, the BCMTA Board of Directors recognized the agency as a public transportation authority under Public Act 196 of 1986, renaming it the Bay Metropolitan Transportation Authority, BMTA, also known as Bay Metro Transit. And whereas Bay Metro Transit began serving Bay County on July 15, 1974, and is viewed as a vital asset to the residents of the community, many of whom rely on Bay Metro Transit as their only means of transportation. And whereas to date, Bay Metro Transit has transported nearly 31 million passengers, adhering to its mission to serve the needs of all county residents, particularly the needs of seniors and the disabled, which has been assigned a special priority. Therefore, be it resolved that the Bay County Board of Commissioners and the Bay County Executive are proud to take this opportunity to acknowledge the 50th anniversary of Bay Metro Transit and the impact and importance of the services they provide in our community. Be it further resolved that the Bay County Board of Commissioners and Bay County Executive extend their best wishes to Bay Metro Transit for continued success, growth, and prosperity.
We'll have Eric and guest Mel coming forward, and Mr. Barsha, you wanted to join us for? Sure. So I'd like to present the proclamation to you. If you want to, why don't you introduce yourself and what you do for the
I'm Eric Sprague, I'm the general manager of Bay Metro. I just wanted to just say quickly, I've been pouring through a lot of newspaper articles because we have a major construction going on in the facility. Some yellow, dusty newspaper articles talking about when we originated. We originated right here in the offices here at the county building. So it's kind of an amazing thing that was all accomplished in 73, 74. July 15, 74, we put our first buses on the road. Thank you for the recognition. I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Alvin McNally. I've been serving on the board over 25 years, so well, half of its existence. We want to thank you for the proclamation. We thank you also for your support through the years. And the future for Bay Metro looks good, even though we've had challenges with COVID and other things. We've changed our route, we've changed a lot of things. We have good people, and we're here for the future. Thank you very much.
Now, also on behalf of county residents, we want to thank you for the stellar service you've provided not only for mass transportation, but also your dial-a-ride. You've helped so many of our residents who either lack personal transportation and need to make medical appointments or very important events in their lives. And you provide a multitude of services to the public, and we appreciate the the wise and efficient use of those village tax dollars that the county board has placed before the voters. And thank you for your dedication. Well, I remember a lot of those original Flora Beth Long and a lot of those original visionaries that kind of served on the original Bay Metro board, Bay Metro Transit board members. So, it's been 25 years, a long time off you, sir.
With the Casey, our county commissioner in the area.
Yeah, congratulations on the successful 50 years. It truly is an asset to all of the constituents that live and reside here in Bay County. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We need to get a follow-up. We need to get in together here a little bit. Good.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you clap?
Yeah. Thank you. We have Phil Ike. I always ask him how to pronounce it, and I think it's more Aish. You could do it again.
Well, good evening, Bay County. My name is Sarah Parker, and I'm the Director of Workforce Development at the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce and with Hay Bay City. Thank you guys so much for welcoming not only myself, but our dynamic Hay Bay City team. And a huge thank you to our county and city and community for the support and excitement for Hay Bay City. We're going to take a look at our website metrics for Q1. So during Q1, we had 44 Bay County employers sign up to post over 150 open opportunities. With over 74 employer, educator, local workforce development agencies, and community partner visits, we've been able to develop personal relationships with not only our employers, but other community advocates as well. For our end goal metric, we use the apply clicks metric. This is the same metric used by the MEDC. Because at this time, we're unable to see what happens after the apply click is made, we utilize this metric to view how many applicants are using Hay Bay City for open opportunities. We're seeing a 141% increase in apply clicks. In Q1, we had a total of 707 apply clicks. This means that an open Bay County opportunity was clicked on and viewed 707 times. In the future, we hope to use the face-to-face meetings and relationship building with employers and job seekers to see what happens after that apply click is made. As you can see, all of our metrics are up by a large percentage. Hay Bay City is gaining steam and momentum, moving forward in a very impactful way. Again, we would not be able to do this without our partners and collaboration between city, county, and community. In 2023, we had a total job page view of 86,000. In Q1 alone, we're already at 79,000 job page views. This to me is just amazing, with the end goal of attracting, retaining, and training our talent. As a born and raised Bay County resident, I can't wait to see what the future holds with you guys' continued support. We're extremely proud and excited about our upcoming STEM Fest and Community Resource Fair on June 8th. This event was actually originally supposed to be hosted at the Bay Aranac ISD Career Center. However, due to tremendous interest, we had to move it out to Delta College, and they were gracious enough to open up their gym for us. Hay Bay City and the Bay Area Chamber are partnering with other community advocates to make this event possible and accessible for all Bay County students. As of today, we have 261 Bay County students, K through 12, signed up to participate in our STEM Fest. The morning will kick off with a welcome and explanation of purpose from Hay Bay City. We will then dismiss the parents and students to visit our community resource vendors and over 35 STEM activities, including a drone cage and a Lego area. The Community Resource Fair will highlight and explain the many resources available to our community that our students and their families may not be aware of. Our goal is to provide Bay County families with the many resources our beautiful community has to offer. As mentioned earlier, Hay Bay City has had 74 visits with employers, educators, local workforce development agencies, and other community partners to discuss recruiting strategies and workforce needs. Out of these 74 visits, we had 44 employers sign up with open opportunities. In Q1, we received 47 resumes, either from Typeform, which is our resume submission platform, or personally submitted to myself. We've also made over 40 direct connections between job seekers and open opportunities. We now have a resume database that can be filtered by skill set and/or key attributes of the applicant to best connect with opportunities. When job seekers are submitting their resumes, we've also added a question for if they'd like more information on local career fairs or expos. We're also working directly with Michigan Works and collaborating with our awesome community partners and superintendents to help bridge that gap between education, talent pipeline, and the workforce. Once again, I just want to thank you all for taking the time to hear from the workforce development side of Hay Bay City. We're so thankful for the continued support from the county, the city, and our community. We can't do this alone. It will take, as they say, a village. We're working diligently to right the ship for building our population and talent pipeline. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to continue to show that Bay County is the city that does things. I'm going to hand it off now to Phil Ike, and he will talk to you about the marketing and placemaking portion of Hay Bay City. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just a quick note, as we jump into these slides, you're going to see a lot of screenshots coming at you, and these screenshots come directly from the platforms we use to pull this data and information from. So for the website, we use Google Analytics. For Buffer, we use social media, or for social media, we use Buffer. And for email, we use MailChimp. And the idea behind including these screenshots is just another step in building trust, in that we're not just typing random numbers and showing them to you. We're all actually looking at the same third-party screen and talking about what we see. So here on the social media side, just some highlights. For Q1, 1.47 million views, which is 130% better than Q4. 1,298 more followers, that's 166% better than Q4, and 44,481 link clicks. Most of those going to the website, that's 1,158% better than Q4. Social media is our primary driver of traffic to the website, followed by direct traffic, so people typing in heybaycity.com into their browser. The third there, paid search. We use advertising spend to target keywords that people are searching on Google. And based on the amount that we spend, where those people are located, and other factors, we will turn up on their search results page. And we target predominantly keywords that are workforce related. So if somebody searches jobs in Michigan, career in Bay City, things like that, we have a higher likelihood of appearing. The idea with that being that these are people looking for a job. They're looking for a new community, and if we target them, it's in a more efficient ad spend. These are people most likely to want to come here should we have the opportunities that they're looking for. Sometimes all these numbers can not make a whole lot of sense, especially if you don't live in this space, so a comparison is sometimes a little bit helpful. On the left-hand side, I've pulled various Facebook pages from attraction retention efforts from across Michigan as well as the country. In the middle there, their follower count, a change over the course of a week in terms of those followers, and about how long those efforts have been in place. I want to point out that all of the efforts are regional in scope, except for Hay Bay City, which is county in scope, and that's going to be significant in just a second. If you look at the third attraction retention effort there, Hello West Michigan, it's kind of a well-known name in attraction retention in Michigan. They're great people, doing really great things over there, and so from the beginning of this, it was always a fun goal to see if we could overtake them in terms of audience. And we were able to do that in quarter one with a following of 11,600 folks compared to their 11,000. Significant there is that they've been around for 14 years. And we've been public for about a year and a half. So that's a good sign that we have momentum and energy. Yeah, you can applaud for that. Yeah. Love to see that. So we have a lot of energy, we have a lot of momentum. The challenge then, of course, becomes how do we sustain that energy and momentum over time? I pointed out the regional aspect of these efforts because, for instance, Hello West Michigan represents everything from Grand Rapids to Holland to Muskegon, and they represent a population of 1.6 million people. Hay City represents a population of about 103,000 people. So if you want to play a little apples to apples, if we had the same kind of population representation as Hello West Michigan, we would have an audience size of 174,000. So that's another way to look at and say, hey, how can we compare these numbers and give them a little bit of context? So we're cruising. We're the little engine that could over here on the east side of the state. In terms of the website, in quarter one, 107,000 views with 54,000 users. Compared to quarter four, that's 292% more views and 387% more users. Because we're more than a year in, we get to do fun things like compare metrics at this time last year. And so compared to quarter one in 23, we're 245% better and 424% better. That's significant to point out because at the beginning of this, the goal, the agreed upon growth goal was going to be 20% per quarter or 80% annually. And so provided we're able to keep this momentum throughout 2024, we're on track to considerably surpass those goals, which is great to see. In quarter one, we also rolled out a new tool in the tool belt with a monthly billboard advertising campaign. These locations rotate every month. The latest one just went up on Salzburg. And we get these impression numbers directly from Lamar, where we rent the billboard space from. And so for January, February, March, a total of 776,000 impressions. They were gracious enough to give us some signage on I-75 during the summer, which is a hot commodity as people are traveling. So looking forward to seeing what that can do for us. Website activity, more people are using the website more, is basically what that graph means. So people are landing on the website and searching around and going to the stories, going to the job board. Most of those people are coming from Bay City and Bay County, which is to be expected, but what was not expected here was that hot on our heels are folks from Detroit. They're very, very close. So that's great to see the tentacles of Hay Bay City expanding. Some of that has to do with how we target on advertising. And I just looked at the numbers for quarter two, and that's also trending in the same way. You have Bay City #1, Detroit #2, followed by other local and Michigan communities. So cool to see. We did a whole bunch of stories in January, February, March, and the beginning of April. Just to point out a few that you might have seen or will be seeing. I went over to Pinconning High School, interviewed the cast members of their production of Mean Girls, the musical. Also coming up, President Mike Gavin of Delta College talking about scholarships and opportunities in the skilled trades. By the beginning of summer, we will have highlighted every program at the Bay Aranac ISD Career Center through the stories of the kids who are benefiting directly from those programs. Last week it was Riser's Kitchen, a new breakfast lunch joint opening in Auburn. If you have not read this story, please go to the Facebook page and read it. It is amazing. 4 young entrepreneurs who grew up in Auburn, who love the community, want to invest in it, and have something to give their future generations, all teamed up to open up this new restaurant. Definitely head over and buy their pancakes and omelets. Wolverine Fireworks, I hung out with the crew over at Wolverine in Coquitlam. They're the company that actually creates the fireworks shows for the Bay City Fireworks Festival, so got to have some fun. I did not get to play with explosives, but we had a great conversation. And then just one more for this week, highlighting the bass tournament series coming to Bay City, specifically focusing on the potential to improve the community, not just now, but shaping the identity and tourism and benefits in the future that those tournaments could hold. Placemaking efforts are rolling along, continuing this project of 4 community mural projects. So putting up a mural in Bay City, Pinconning, Auburn, and Essexville as a visual way to connect these different communities across Bay County. We've collected codes and ordinances of each different community so we know what we can and cannot do. We have a list of potential buildings, but we are looking for more, specifically in Pinconning, Auburn, and Essexville. So if you know of somebody, a business owner, a property owner who could potentially be up for that, shoot us an email. And then the next step, designing the public engagement to come up with the subject and the theme, and then of course the fundraising to actually pull this project off. Creating an emotional attachment and a sense of ownership is also a form of placemaking, and to do that, we're going to team up with the Energized Young Professional Network for a monthly event called Coffee and a Cleanup. So it's every month, one Saturday, we meet for 1 hour, we clean as much stuff as we can at random places throughout Bay County, and then we meet up at a local coffee shop for a little complimentary thank you coffee. The first one's on June 22nd from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Anybody can go to that. You don't have to be a young professional. We're going to focus on the Columbus Avenue corridor. I want to end every report that we give this year with a reminder as why Hay Bay City exists and why it was necessary in the first place. Running a community can be so intense with so much to think about and so much work to do. It can be easy for a challenge like this, especially when we're going to bear the consequences of it 20 years down the road. It's easy to lose sight of it. So 2020, Great Lakes Bay Michigan Works projected our population in Bay County to decrease by 19% by 2045. That's about 1,000 people a year. We'll lose more than a quarter of our workforce. The number is actually 27% of our workforce that we are expecting to lose. A lot of that is because per capita, Bay County is the oldest county in Michigan, and left unchecked in 2045, that would give us 67 straight years of population decline. Before Hay Bay City, we were the only region in Michigan without an intentional and organized attraction and retention effort. And most of those efforts have been around for 12 to 15 years. So we're, in most cases, more than a decade behind in addressing this issue of population growth. I say all of that not to make us sad, but to emphasize that while Hay Bay City is really the tip of the spear and the focal point in trying to lead addressing this effort, it's a big challenge. It's going to take all of us in order to solve it. So if you're a Bay County employer, if you're a commissioner, if you're an educational institution, we all have to carry on our work with this challenge in mind of how do we keep people here? How do we attract people here? It's a big challenge, but we can do it. Here's our emails in case you have any questions or comments or suggestions about things that you want to see. And with that, I'll conclude this report.
Questions?
I'd just like to make a comment. I was up last night going through all the surveys of people who sent in as far as, Bay City is concerned, and it's very positive. People who live outside the area, they remember Bay City, they've been here, they've had good experiences and that type of a thing. So anyways, it's making a big difference, as far as what's going on and that type of thing, attracting people to come to the community.
Yeah, a big element to this issue is the issue of perception. And we are a community with a lot of challenges that we're going through right now, and I think this effort, it becomes even more important that we highlight people who are doing great things happening in our community, and it just becomes even more critical. So that's great to hear.
Good job.
Thank you.
Mr. Barsha.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to thank you, Phil and Sarah, for the great job you're doing, and also say that that was a wise investment we made some years ago. I think we were the first to step up to provide over $600,000 with our ARP funding for Hay Bay City, and you're doing an outstanding job. And we have been working on population growth, and at the last Bay Future meeting, I think we heard from Seth Perigo that Bay County's population has stabilized. The most recent annual census data indicates that we've actually stemmed the outward flow, but we have a long way to go to attract young people and middle-aged people to Bay County to live, work, and recreate, but also to retain our younger generation, our future generation of leaders. And what you're doing is helping spread the word, and as Bay County government officials, we need to do all we can to enhance the cultural, recreational, and employment opportunities that we can.
I love that you use the word investment, because that's really what this effort is. I mean, you put $100 a month in a 401k, and in 2 years, you can't retire on that. But where the magic happens is when you keep that investment going and you keep putting that money away and you grow those seeds, and then that's where the real results end up happening. And from the beginning, Hay Bay City was framed as this investment. We can get a 2, 3, 4, maybe 3.5, 4 year running start to catch up with these other communities. And if we hit the ground running, we can start to close that gap, but it's going to take continued investment in seeing the need for efforts like these to keep our community thriving.
Any other questions, comments? Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you, Phil.
Yep.
Thank you.
So we have the notification of resignation of Shelley Niedzwiecki as the representative of the City of Bay City, the Bay County Land Bank Authority.
I receive it. Support?
Oh, yes. We should receive Phil's report also first.
I'll make the motion to receive his report.
Yep.
Support?
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we can move on to Shelley.
And now I'll make the motion to approve Shelley's resignation. To receive it.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have the Bay County Treasurer with a delinquent tax foreclosure report. Do we have any questions for him? If you would, I don't know if he wants to describe the process or so people know what to do.
Hello, everybody. For those who don't know, my name is Weston Prince. I am the Bay County Treasurer. This year we foreclosed on 29 parcels. This is the first time ever in my knowledge of Bay County that we've ever been below 30 2 years in a row. Last year we were at 27. I will say 6 of the parcels were owned by 2 people. So, we're in really good shape with where our foreclosures and foreclosure numbers ended up this year. I want to thank a lot of our local units. I was able to go and speak with a lot of our treasurers. They were able to provide a lot of contact information to hopefully help out a lot of our taxpayers. I want to thank Mid-Michigan Community Action Agency, who provided quite a bit of tax relief to individuals who were in need this year. Our 2 interns that we share with Department on Aging, they were a huge success this year. And then obviously my staff as well. They worked a ridiculous amount of hours on the phones, getting a hold of people and helping them avoid foreclosure. We ended up with about 102 people on hardship, which means we put them in payment plans. I'm happy to say 15 of those have already paid off, and we've been able to get them some extra help. So 14 residential homes, 14 lots, and 1 commercial property this year are what we foreclosed on. Of the 14 residential properties, 4 of them I'm actively looking for funding to demo them. They went through the City of Bay City's dangerous buildings process. They are a detriment to public health. So working with the City of Bay City to hopefully find some additional funding to tear those down. But definitely happy to answer any questions that people have. Yeah.
As far as the housing is concerned, as far as people leaving and not being able to make their payments and that type of thing, then that's kind of leveling off now as far as that's concerned.
Are you referring to like needing assistance and stuff along those lines?
No, as far as the foreclosures on the whole.
I mean, we're lower than where we've ever been with foreclosures. We're very thankful for that. However, coming out of the pandemic, we had a lot of programs available for people. So where we may see that tick up is, a few years down the road when those programs go away. So we're actively in my office trying to do more community outreach and do more foreclosure prevention earlier in the cycle than we probably have been before. Last year, we started a program with Mid-Michigan Community Action to do some town hall type related things to get people in touch with services earlier. We're hopefully going to continue that this year. Had some mixed results with that last year, but I'm hoping as we continue to develop the programs, it picks up. Yep. Yeah, no problem. Any other questions?
Any other questions? Otherwise, do we have a motion to receive?
Yes.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So we move on to the Committee of the Whole. Commissioner Bonajak.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Resolution number 2024-64, Homeland Security Grant for the year 2025, Operation Stone Garden Grant. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-65, Payne County Area School Resource Officer Agreement for the year 2024 and 2025. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-66, Bay City Public School Resource Officer Agreement for the year 2024-2025. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-67, Bangor Township and Bangor School Resource Officer Agreement for the year 2024-2025. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-68, Burn Community Project Funding for the year 2024. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-69, Crime Victims' Right Grant Agreement for the year 2024 and 2025. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-70, Grant Application Supporting Treatment Court Services. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-71, Juvenile Court Assessments Coordinator. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-72, IPAWS MOU Renewal for 2024 to the 2027 year. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-73, Letter of Intent to Region 7, AAA. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-74, Temporary Part-Time Kennel Attendant Position for June 1st through August 17, 2024. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-75, Full-Time Juvenile Home Youth Development Worker Position hired at a 2-year rate. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-76, Payables. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So we have Committee of the Whole Part 2, May 14th.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Resolution number 2024-78, Notice of Intent for Materials Management Plan. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-79, Day Smart Card Connect Upgrade for Civic Arena and Community Center and budget adjustment of $8,000. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-80, Sexual Harassment Policy. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Commissioner Bonajak, you're doing so, you might as well continue on with the Board of Commissioners.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Resolution number 2024-81, move part-time to full-time legal secretary position. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And resolution number 2024-82, reports of the county executive for April. I move this resolution.
Support?
He supported it.
Okay. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-83, concurrence with the county executive's recommended appointment of Jonathan Branson to the Great Lakes Michigan Bay Michigan Workforce Development Board of Directors for Prosperity Region 5. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2024-84, reinstatement of the Monitor Township DDA Development Agreement of 2016, Amendment Number 1.
Support.
I move this resolution.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And resolution number 2024-85, Bay County Opioid Steering Committee, RFPs for funding proposals. I move this resolution.
Support.
Discussion? There are some minutes from previous meetings that we've had, throughout. Mr. Herrick's been on, myself, and Commissioner Benajak, and we feel we have sufficient funds to get started at least, maybe for at least 3 years, and then, so the money rolls in over 18 years, so you're not quite sure when you get all the money. So we have enough to sustain us for 3 years. So we're going to put up the RFP and then see who bids on it, and then make a decision. It'll come back to the board for final approval, right?
Yes, and I wanted to say we had eight.
We have a correction over there. So the RFP goes out, and then that committee is the one that makes the final decision.
Yeah.
It says that this board is approving the disbursement of up to $250,000.
Yeah. So we're approving the disbursement of
Yes, for the RFPs.
$250,000.
Yes, for the
Okay.
money.
Any more discussion?
Yeah. We'll get, what, $3.6 million over this period of time?
I've heard 6 million. I've heard a lot of numbers over the 18 years. Heather, I think, has got a lot of the numbers, but maybe Shauna does too. But I think I heard 6 million somewhere along the line over 18 years. So it's not all at once. So she's looking it up. There's still some suits pending against different pharmaceutical companies, drug manufacturers, so depends how those all get settled.
Yeah, there'll be a process where settlements will still be made in the years forthcoming, but some have filed reorganization under the bankruptcy statutes, and so there'll be further, I think, payments coming, and ultimately we could see about probably $7 million for Bay County as a result of our RICO our lawsuit that was filed and determined in federal court in Ohio.
Yeah.
However, they have 10 years to make those payments. So.
Yeah, I know the Bay County was one of the first ones to apply for this, right? So that, as a result of that, we're getting...
Yeah, we and Amber and Shauna and Tiffany especially played key roles, as well as Heather McMillan at a later point in time, collecting the data for our lawsuit that was filed in 2017, 2018, I think. So we were way ahead of the curve, and as a result of that, we got more revenue than other counties did that didn't litigate.
And we've heard some presentations about how to use the money, from prevention to treatment. There's a lot of opinions on that. But we'll be looking at it with the RFP and see what the people propose, try to make the best use of the funds that we can. There'll be more to come, and we'll review it on a yearly basis then too. Question?
Mr. Chair, I'm looking at the thing here. It says estimated total amount, about 5.2 million, but since then, we're gonna probably get more. So that's just current. So far, we had 810 minus the other allotments, 15% for our accounting, and another 15% we used for something else.
Yeah.
So,
The distributors and Janssen settlement is 3.6 million. 3.63 million, and then the latest settlement is the Walgreens settlement for $860,000.
Thank you.
Somewhere, large sum of money, but hopefully we'll get things under control, get, prevention and treatment for people in the community. So, any more questions, discussion?
No.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Report of county officials, or county executive.
Yeah, I've already spoken, and we have been focused on, as you know, Vaughn, the selection of the contractors for the new Health Services Center on Wilder Road. But I will make a comment about, since we have the supervisor and the DDA chair from Monitor Township here, I just say it's great to see the collaboration between Bay County, Monitor Township, and the Monitor DDA, who, working together, have extended the Monitor DDA in order to bring more good-paying, high-tech jobs to our region. And we just heard from, of course, Phil, about how important that is in terms of our population retention, as well as growing both our tax base and our employment base in Bay County. It is the county's hope that this extension and large-scale investment into the Monitor Technology Park is just the beginning of more great things to come to our area. This is a prime example of what local government can do when we work together to provide opportunities to our constituents to better their lives and encourage them to stay and raise their families in our beautiful community. So thank you, Mr. Chair, and I wanted to thank the two officials here for their cooperation and help on what's happening in Bay County, and especially in Monitor, and again in Williams Township with the 85% expansion at the former Dow Corning polycrystalline silicon plant. So it's going to be very beneficial to Bay County, our population, and the entire region. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, moving on, we have the report of the Opioid Steering Committee. These are, the minutes from those meetings. If we have any discussion, otherwise, motion to receive would be in order.
Motion received.
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We've taken the next one off, so we're at new business. Any new business? Any public input? Second chance. Second chance, third chance. We'll close public comment. And then miscellaneous announcements. We do have appointments, the Library Board, 5-year term, that'll be in June. Land Bank Authority, 1 3-year term. And then Bay County Department of Human Services, at 1 at-large, 3-year term. Let's see, there's 1 at-large, 3-year term. There's more than that. I think this is probably 1, 3, and 5. Anyway, we'll figure that one gets around to that time. December, Bay County Veterans Affairs Committee, 1 4-year term. And Department on Aging Advisory Committee, there it is, 4 2-year terms expiring. Districts 2, 4, 6, and 1 at large. Any other announcements? Yes.
Memorial Day, Monday, out front here, 9:15, we'll have a ceremony. So please take time to remember why we have Memorial Day. I have a big list of around Bay County, many events in different locations. If you want to see me after, I'll give you them. Or go to our Bay County Veterans Affairs website, and we have that list. So please take time. Remember, everybody gave to our country.
Yeah. Expect to see all the commissioners there. That would be a first, by the way. So we have a discussion of written legal opinion regarding Monitor DDA, request to waive attorney conflict. We need a motion to go out of regular order of business and into closed session.
Motion to go.
Yeah.
I'll support it.
And discussion, and we need a roll call vote on that one.
Nemec?
Yes.
Benajak?
Yes.
Millet?
Yes.
Herrick? Radke?
Yes.
Poyer?
Yes.
Begic?
Yes.
Just for clarification, Mr. Chair, members of the administration should remain for closed session. Our finance officer, Shauna Walraven, county executive, Jim Barsha, corporation counsel, and the board's administrative staff.
Otherwise, we'll have our sergeant at arms. Okay, I'm looking for a motion in regards to the matter at hand.
Do we have to wait for this to be turned on?
Oh, yeah. He's on.
And that motion would be a motion to follow the recommendation of corporation counsel with regards to waiver of attorney-client conflict.
Okay, I'll make the motion.
I'll support it.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Now, guess we could let them back in, but we don't have anything else on the agenda that I see. So, motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Support.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.